Hey guys, it's Pastor Bruce. If I could subtitle Acts 21, it would simply be, Paul, don't go. Paul had told the Ephesian elders that he was walking into a hornet's nest in Jerusalem. But he also told them that he was being led by the Spirit to go there, literally bound by the Spirit. And he had to obey the Lord in going to Jerusalem. He also had this collection that he was carrying to the church there. Instead of going to Antioch like he had on his two previous journeys, he skipped Antioch and came to Tyre. There the believers told him, Paul, you really don't want to go to Jerusalem. It's a bad place for you. He went along anyway. He came to Caesarea, where he stayed with Philip the evangelist. He's the one who led the Ethiopian eunuch to Christ. While he was at Philip's house, a prophet named Agabus came from Judea and told Paul that he would be bound and delivered to the Gentiles. Paul went anyway. Once he arrived in Jerusalem, he discovered that there was a rumor that had preceded him, that he had been encouraging the Jewish people out amongst the Gentile population to jettison their faith, to stop doing circumcision and all of that. Well, Paul had not done that, but it's pretty hard to change that lie once it's gotten some legs. The leaders in Jerusalem encouraged Paul to go through a purification rite and to make a sacrifice at the temple. While Paul was in the process of doing this, some of his Jewish enemies from out of town arrived and said that they had seen a Gentile with Paul at the temple. Now, Paul did have Gentiles with him, but he would not have been stupid enough to bring them into the temple. Well, whatever the case may have been, the mob caught hold to this. And were it not for the Roman soldiers, Paul probably would have been killed right then and there by the mob. The commander of the Roman guards thought that Paul was an Egyptian rebel who had come to town to foment dissent. And Paul convinced him that he was Jewish and a Roman citizen. And he asked him if he could speak to the crowd. What follows is Paul's testimony of how God had called him and used him. And we'll get to that in the next chapter, Lord willing. God bless you as you go.